If you're not having fun learning English, then you're not going to learn much. That's why recently I've been teaching English on my channel by watching YouTube videos with you guys. It's a really fun and engaging way to learn the language. Today, I've picked a really interesting video titled, I asked ages 1 through 100 their biggest regret. So today, we're going to watch this video, listen to the language, talk about what we are seeing and hearing. We're going to enjoy the video while learning English. Let's jump in.
I'm asking people their biggest regrets, from those with zero responsibilities and life experience to some who have been alive for over a century.
All right, so ages 1 through 100, he's going to ask them if they have regrets. And remember, if you regret something, that means you wish it hadn't happened, right? For example, maybe you regret saying something, you wish you hadn't said it, or you regret doing something, right? You wish you hadn't done it.
But first, what does a 1-year-old regret?
What's
your biggest regret? Oh, he's taking up the mic for this one. What's your biggest regret?
Age 2?
I didn't mean to come off that strong.
I think he freaked her out, right? He freaked her out. He made her uncomfy, right? Or uncomfortable. She looks like she's a little terrified of him. I would be terrified too if I was 2 years old and somebody stuck a microphone in my face. Yeah. Let's keep going.
Do you wish you didn't pee on the floor?
I haven't.
Do you wish you didn't pee on the floor?
One here in a liar. I don't know. I'm not sure. Well, at school I did do a funny joke. There's chickens and I threw a rock at one.
You threw a rock at a chicken?
He threw a rock at a chicken. What's another way we could say throw? Any synonyms for throw? We could say toss. That's a light throw. How about a hard throw? What could we say? Maybe you chuck a rock. It's a hard throw. If you chuck something, give it a hard throw. Hopefully it was a light toss and not a chuck, right?
At school too.
You're on demon mode.
I am
Demon
7
mode.
years old and my biggest regret is not listening to my mom.
Smart kid.
Okay. You gotta have
Smart kid.
No regrets.
No regrets?
Nice.
Okay.
Probably existing. I don't want to be here.
Ages 1 to
Let's hear that again.
nice.
Probably existing. I don't want to be here.
Ages
Oh my God. That poor little girl, she said her biggest regret is existing. Then she said, I don't want to be here. Let's keep an eye on her. That's so sad. Oh my God. Super depressing. That really bums me out. What a bummer. Meaning, that's super sad, right? Oh my God. I hope she's joking.
1 to 10 were actually kind of concerning, but
That
now the
was
next
concerning,
ages
yeah.
are going to school and may learn and face more consequences to their actions.
One time I yelled at my mom and she didn't talk to me for a very long time.
I think I wasted too much money on some games.
Going on zero gravity the other day.
Why?
Because my head feels like it's going to pop off.
I don't know.
I have a lot, but I don't know if I remember all of them.
Caring what other people think.
Biggest regret,
Caring
not
what
going to
other people
private school sooner. I guess it's like the academics were like so much better than the kids that I get to hang out with now. I'm very blessed to hang out with the kids that I hang out with, so.
Moving here.
Okay, he's feeling very blessed. Very blessed. In other words, lucky. He's feeling very blessed to hang out with the kids he hangs out with now. He's got a new social circle, a new clique, right? A clique. We can say your group of people is kind of like your clique, right? Your clique, the people you hang out with. Sometimes a change of scenery can be a really great thing, especially at this age, right? These kids are 15, 16, teenagers.
I don't know. I've let a lot of people like walk over me and just being too like shy and just not like expressing myself enough, I guess.
Good answer. So that girl, she said, I've let a lot of people walk all over me. What do you guys think that means? If you let people walk all over you, it kind of means you don't, right? What do you not do? You don't stand up for yourself. You don't stand up for yourself. Maybe someone takes advantage of you, right? They use you for their own benefit, right? Or maybe they just make fun of you or they hurt you in some way and you don't defend yourself. You don't stand up for yourself or defend yourself, right? That's good. I'm glad to hear that she is starting to stand up for herself, right? And not let people walk all over her. That's great.
Not doing as well in middle school.
Getting back with my ex when I was like 17 years old.
What do you do?
They like basically cheated on me.
Despite being teenagers, the answers have gotten a little more serious, but what regrets could result from what some call the best time of a person's life?
All right,
what's your
we're in the
biggest
20s
regret?
now.
Not researching the college I went to school. I didn't like look at the Reddit.
Not having the confidence to do the things I wanted to do, like holding yourself back, because I feel like you could do so much more, but you're like, I'm so anxious and scared.
Talking about confidence and holding herself back. That's interesting because in English, we don't usually say that you are holding yourself back. We say that something is holding you back, right? Or you are being held back by what? Maybe it's fear. You're scared of something. Maybe it's insecurity. You are insecure about something. For example, your appearance. For example, your personality, your social skills. You are insecure, meaning you lack confidence or you don't have confidence, right? Okay. I'm glad she's not holding herself back anymore. I'm glad she's feeling more confident. This is a sensitive age, right? Early 20s or, late teens, that age, there are a lot of insecurities. I know I had a lot of insecurities at that age.
Biggest regret? I don't know, probably crashing my car into the side of a highway.
His biggest regret is probably crashing his car into the side of a highway. That's probably his biggest regret. Meaning there were some others that almost took the cake. Almost won. Almost got first place, right? He was thinking, maybe this one, maybe that one. No. Honestly, probably crashing my car. Wow, this guy must have a lot of regrets, huh? He's done a lot of crazy stuff.
Okay.
Biggest regret, downloading Tinder. I met a guy on there and he really f***ed me up.
Getting to that age, Yeah.
She used a bad word. He really blanked me up. We can say it in a different way. He really messed me up. Or he really screwed me up. He really screwed me up. He really messed me up. Meaning he really gave me a hard time or made life difficult for me, right? Yeah, you got to be careful on dating apps, right?
We'll say not finishing college.
Not finishing college.
How long did you go there for?
Like 2 years.
2 years ago? Why'd you leave?
Because I had a offense and I lost all my financial aid.
I would have to say not speaking up for myself. I very much was a pushover for a lot of my life, and it just kind of got me in a lot of situations that I didn't want to be in.
Not taking...
Once again, we come back to this theme of people walking all over you. He used another great word here, pushover. Have you guys heard this before? If you are a pushover, that means you let people walk all over you. Let people walk all over you. Meaning people can bully you, they can say bad things about you, they can hurt you with no repercussions. No repercussions. In other words, no consequences. Nothing bad happens to them. They can get away with it, right? Because you are a pushover. So that's his biggest regret.
Leap of faith when I wanted to.
My biggest regret is not coming to America sooner.
I don't think I have one.
1 second here. Let's go back.
Taking a leap of faith when I
life, and it
hear
just
that?
kind of got me in a lot of situations that I didn't want to be in.
Not taking a leap of faith when I wanted to.
My biggest
This is a really great expression here. If you take a leap of faith, how would you describe that? Even if you think you know what that means, can you use English to describe it? Pause this video, try it yourself out loud first. To take a leap of faith is to take a risk, basically, right? Maybe we could even say bet on something or yourself. Take a leap of faith. For example, when I decided to move to China, I was taking a leap of faith because I didn't know how it was going to go. I didn't know if things would work out in my favor, or go well for me, or if things would crash and burn, if things would end in tragedy, if it would be a bad experience, right? But I decided to take a leap of faith, take a risk, bet on myself and bet on the experience, right? I had faith that things would go well, and they did go well. Have you guys ever done this? Have you ever taken a leap of faith? Let me know when and how in the comments. I like that expression.
Regret is not coming to America sooner.
I don't think I have one because I learned from everything that I went through. After the dust settles and you reflect, you're like, it was important I went through that.
Okay, really fantastic expression he just used here. After the dust settles. He says, he doesn't have any regrets because he has learned from all of his experiences. Maybe he did something, right? And it didn't go the way he wanted it to go. Well, he doesn't regret that because after the dust settles, meaning after he has a chance to look back and see the situation clearly, reflecting on something, he can always learn from it, right? So if you think about yourself being in the midst or the middle, in other words, of a ongoing situation, right? Something big is happening in your life. It's almost like there's all this dust in the air and you can't see very clearly, right? The dust is obscuring your vision, making it hard to see. But then some time passes, time goes on, you look back, right? You reflect, and the dust has settled. Settle means go down, right? The dust is not in the air anymore. Now you can see the situation clearly, right? So I love the way this guy thinks. I respect that.
My biggest regret, dyeing my hair red.
His biggest regret, dyeing his hair red. That doesn't look very dyed to me.
I guess the fun is over now, but let's see what people in their 30s regrets now enter.
We've moved on to people in their 30s. What are their biggest regrets? This is really interesting. I'm 31. Let's see what 31-year-olds say.
A life of independence and responsibility.
I mean, if I was choosing a career path again, I would probably choose something different.
If I was choosing a career path again, I would choose something different. Maybe a different trajectory. Path, direction, a different trajectory, right? Okay, fair enough. Maybe he's a bit, unsatisfied with his career, his job. He wishes he had picked something else, right?
Writing earlier.
Biggest
Writing?
regret, not having him sooner.
Not wearing a shirt. Right? Is your biggest regret not wearing a shirt?
Maybe not finishing college.
Why do you leave?
I had a baby.
What's your biggest regret?
Drinking too much.
That's a good one. Drinking too much. Been there, done that, buddy. There's a good expression for you guys. Been there, done that. Meaning, I'm with you. Meaning, me too. Yep.
No regrets tattooed on me.
Oh my God.
Oh, wow. No. She actually has no regrets tattooed on her arm.
I don't regret anything. actually.
Being afraid of stuff, like afraid to make changes in your life.
Not finishing school early.
What's your biggest regret?
No, none.
No regrets?
Nah.
That
Everything been a lesson thus far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I gotta live through it. Fight it.
Even though there have been some prominent regrets so far, once you enter your 40s, you become at risk of a midlife crisis.
Ooh, do you guys know this expression? Great expression. Midlife crisis. Midlife crisis. If I can spell, here we are. A midlife crisis. If you think you know what that is, pause the video, try saying it out loud, describing it out loud, use that spoken English, or leave me a comment down below. I would say a midlife crisis is when you feel, well, let's see, when you are middle-aged, right? So like you're in your late 30s or 40s or 50s, you're middle-aged, one day you wake up, you look around, you realize your life is not what you expected it to be or wanted it to be, right? You look around, you look at the conditions or the situation of your life, and you feel a bit let down. You feel a bit disappointed, right? Disappointed by the conditions, by the situation of your life. You wish things had gone differently, or we could say worked out differently, right? And so a lot of people who are in the middle of a midlife crisis, they start doing these irrational things or making irrational decisions, okay? Making decisions that don't make sense or that seem a bit impulsive. If a decision is an impulsive decision, it means you acted without thinking. You didn't think very much or at all. You just acted. You just made the decision. For example, maybe you go out and buy something really expensive without consulting your wife, without talking to your wife or your husband, your partner, right? Whoever it might be. For example, maybe you buy a new car, an expensive new car, or you suddenly take up a new hobby without any warning, without any explanation. You pour a bunch of money into it, right? Those might be indicators or signs of what? Of experiencing a midlife crisis. I'll tell you what, I'm 31. I kind of feel like I've had one or two early life crises.
I don't think I could say that on video. Having kids. What? Doing too many drugs.
Oh,
whoa.
That scared me. Doing too many.
There's many.
Many? Too many to just name one?
Probably. Stay young, guys.
Probably the way I raised kids early on.
The way I raised kids early on, in the early phases, or the early stage, the early part, right, of fatherhood, or being a father. In those early days, maybe he, parented, to use it as a verb, parented in a way that he regrets now. He wishes now he had done things differently.
Not moving in love earlier in my life. Moving out of fear more than moving out of love.
Right, so you wish you had just done the things you were passionate about?
Well, just moving in love, period. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would have done that more than anything. Because I was living in fear, and it caused me to make a lot of bad decisions in my life and perceive things in a different way than I would if I was moving out of love.
Life.
Got to think about that for a second. That's deep. Talking about the way he perceived things, the way he saw things, the way he experienced things, the way he understood things, right? He acted out of fear, not out of love. Interesting. I wonder what he means by that.
short, and there's people in our lives. You know, you want to let the small things go and just continue to forgive and love.
Not getting into work.
Love that advice. Let the small things go. We have an expression for this in English. I wonder if you guys know it. Let's see if you know it. Don't what? Don't sweat what? Do you know it? We say, don't sweat the small stuff. That means don't make a big deal out of the smaller issues, the smaller problems. We also say, don't make a mountain out of a molehill. Okay, that's another funny expression that means the same thing in English. You know, maybe you have a minor problem with somebody, a minor problem, a small problem, not a big problem. Just let it go. All right? Don't cling to it. Don't hang on to it. Be willing to let it go. Just move on.
Working for nonprofit earlier. I worked in television for 15 years.
Right.
And never felt good about it.
I don't have regrets.
Not living in New York City long enough.
My biggest regret was not going overseas when I was in college.
Not moving abroad for my master's degree.
By now, your earlier life decisions.
Okay, so several people regret not traveling extensively enough. Extensively. Basically meaning long enough, right? Or not traveling enough. They wish they had seen more of the world, maybe. Okay.
Would have led you to your life at 50, which was starting to get me some much more deep answers.
My biggest regret was not dating. I never got married, and I got beautiful children, but it's like you can make children and not be produced.
Doing your
not taking my time. I rushed through high school. I rushed through college. I'm a news journalist, so I rushed into a career. I would have taken it a little slower, taken my time. After college, I would have traveled Europe for a year and then started my career.
What's your big...
There's traveling again when you're young. You know, I think there is a window of opportunity to travel when you are young and you have lots of energy and you are up for it. You're up for it. You're up for it, meaning you are willing to do it and also you have enough energy to do it, right? When you're older, you're not necessarily as up for it anymore. Maybe you get tired more easily, right? It just becomes harder. Seems like that is a reoccurring theme. What's a reoccurring theme? Something we keep seeing over and over. A lot of people are saying the same thing,
Biggest
right?
regret?
This interview.
How old are you?
It's too late, Meg. Not joining the NBA.
Not joining the NBA. Were you good at basketball?
I'm 6'7". What do you think?
I had a beer or alcohol before the interview. I failed.
Like a job interview.
Yeah, job interview.
Oh, hey, you learned from it.
I don't have any regrets at the moment.
I don't know if I have a regret.
Not traveling around the world.
There it is again, that
I should have
reoccurring
maybe
theme.
stayed in college when I was in, but I made up for it.
What did you do to make up for it?
I became an investor.
Got any investments that you...
Out of the ashes rises the phoenix.
Okay,
Yeah.
so buy the dip. After possibly...
Okay. Out of the ashes rises the phoenix. All right. He didn't go to college, but he made up for it. Or made the situation better again by doing what? By investing, becoming an investor. Made money that way.
Partying, working, and caring for children for the last 60 years, most people will have retired and now have a lot of time to think about their past life choices and decisions.
Dealing with the wrong people.
I mean, a lot of these people, that's a good point. They're going to be retired. They're going to have more time on their hands, right? And they will be able to have more time to reflect. So they might have better answers.
And getting out, like when you feel like you should get out, but you don't because you think that it'll change.
Like a relationship, you mean?
Yeah, a relationship.
Not painting because I had to raise kids.
No, I didn't go to university,
Oh,
but I should have.
My biggest regret is that my mother, when I applied for university, checked the box accountant instead of architect.
My biggest regret that...
Was that a mistake? Her mom checked the box for accountant, somebody who manages money, instead of architect, someone who designs buildings, right? Oh my God, maybe her whole life was a mistake. Why couldn't she change that herself? That's crazy.
It's gonna be your future.
Oh, okay. So you think I'm going to get into trouble? Or just our generation?
I hope not.
Don't worry about me.
Study something
weird
that
answer.
would have given me a bigger opportunity in life.
Seeing David Bowie in Berlin in 1977.
I don't have regrets.
Ooh, missing a David Bowie concert in Berlin in 1977. That sounds awesome. I would regret that too. Oh boy. Oh wow.
Don't have any regrets.
69. Not spending more time with the kids when they were growing up.
Now
Okay.
at 70 years old, most people's path has been set. Anything they could have done, they likely can't do anymore, which
That's a depressing thought. Anything they could have done, they can't really do anymore. They're running out of time. Their path has been set, he says. So basically, their destiny is fixed in place, right? It cannot be changed. Ooh.
lead to some strong reflections.
Right?
70.
What's your biggest regret?
I didn't do a lot of things while I was young.
Okay.
Anything specific?
You didn't become a billionaire.
Yeah, that's one of them, right?
I don't have any. Is I would change some of the ways that I raised my kids.
This is only my third time in New York.
None.
Not doing more crazy things when I was younger. I did crazy things, but not enough.
You're not doing as much crazy things nowadays?
You don't have the energy.
What age do you think you stop feeling that energy at?
75.
75?
That's right.
Just like hits you like a wall.
You hit it exactly.
I'm almost there.
I didn't.
Hits you like a wall. We usually use a different expression. We usually say, hits you like a truck or hits you like a ton of bricks. Something hits you, right? You hit this wall, you run into a wall, right? Yeah, we were seeing that earlier, right? It's this idea of not being up for it anymore, not having the energy for these things anymore.
Better care of my teeth.
I had things that I
that's
regret,
specific.
but then I forgave them. So I don't feel like I have things to forgive.
I have to say, I don't have regrets.
None?
I see them as learning experiences.
Right.
That I did not become a teacher.
Now, beating the average life expectancy, what would someone who's been alive for 80 years do differently or regret from their entire life?
So beating the average life expectancy. In other words, these people we're talking to now, they have lived longer than the average person, right? So what do they have to say?
Back and things look much sweeter than they did then. I don't want to regret. I don't want to feel bad about all the bad things I did.
I regret not having children.
Right. Was there a reason you didn't have them at the time? Or?
Get married.
Biggest regret is that I couldn't play shortstop for the New York Yankees.
That I didn't.
Wanted to play baseball professionally.
I have none.
None?
None.
I was an officer in the Marine Corps. That was really a wonderful experience, and I finished up after my 3-year commitment. I should have stayed in.
I can't really think of what it might be. Yeah, I think when you're younger, you expect a lot more from yourself. You're more critical of yourself. I think as you get older, you kind of take it easier on yourself.
Wow, really well spoken there. She said when you're younger, you have these high expectations of yourself, or we could also say for yourself, meaning you have big demands of yourself or for yourself, meaning you expect a lot. You want high performance. You expect yourself to be, performing at this very high level, and you're very self-critical. Self-critical, meaning sometimes overly hard on yourself, right? You beat yourself up. That's a common expression. You beat yourself up sometimes. If you make a mistake, if you get something wrong, you are hard on yourself. You're self-critical. You beat yourself up, right? But she's saying, as you get older, you give yourself a little more forgiveness, right? A little more leniency. In other words, you're more lenient with yourself, more willing to forgive yourself.
I don't really have anything that I regret.
That would be mine.
Despite living for almost a century, most people started to become more content with the decisions they've made, and I was more than curious to hear the biggest regrets from the small few living over 90 years old.
I'm sorry I got married so young, got married at 18. That was a big regret. So
Married at 18. That's, in my personal opinion, way too young to get married.
divorced and had 2 children to raise by myself.
Oh my gosh, not to race. The subtitles from YouTube are wrong here. To raise by myself, right? Oh, man, what a strong woman. That would be incredibly difficult. Can you guys imagine being 18, raising 2 kids by yourself?
I guess would be when I went to college and I didn't pay attention.
Oh, my big...
A lot of these are I'm really sympathizing a lot with a lot of these. I can relate, right? I can relate. Can you guys relate to some of these? Not paying attention in college. Yep, I hear you.
Regrets were probably because I didn't explain to the children about my life until they got older.
Not really.
She didn't explain her life to her children until they got older. That's an interesting one. Because sometimes I feel like your children simply need to be older in order to understand you and your life, right?
Life is not easy. Life is what you make it.
What's your
Life
biggest
is what you make it.
It takes a lot of thought because I don't think I have one.
I don't think I would either. Now that I think about it, choose what you want to do and work appropriately to get it.
And you'll have no regrets that way. Almost everyone with the most life experience said they had the least regrets, an outcome I never expected.
I can't think of anything right now. Biggest regret is not continuing my education. I went as far as high school. I can't think of anything right now that I say, oh, I wish I had done and I had never done. No regrets.
I got no regrets.
No regrets?
I got no regrets whatsoever. My greatest responsibility right now is to be a good example of faith. Help them whenever you can. Always be truthful and honest, and you'll never have any regrets.
Wise words, always be truthful and honest. You will never have any regrets. Guys, this video was from Ryan Mitchell. Give the video a like, support it. This was a really great video. I had a lot of fun watching this with you guys. And look, we learned a lot of new words here. How about you guys pick one of the new words that you learned from this video and comment it down below in the comment section so you don't lose it. If you are a channel member, you are going to get a PDF for this video that includes a complete transcript and a study session breakdown of all of this language, plus a self-study quiz. And if you're not a member, you can become one for literally $1. It's the best deal in the learning English space. If you guys like this content, make sure you support me, and I will see you again very soon for another video.